Hi, I'm Lindsay Owen, and I'm a junior at Pace University. I got involved with FindSpark just from Googling internship placement websites. And I saw FindSpark and I saw the energy that they had just on their homepage, and I immediately logged in to become a member. I attended my first FindSpark event in July of 2015. It involved the HBO offices, and they had a panel at their office on Fifth Avenue. And I was just immediately intrigued with the FindSpark community, the members that ran the event, as well as how they got the panelists to speak so candidly about their positions, how they got there, and give advice and true tips and tricks to help undergraduates as well as recent graduates. And they really do give you the opportunity to network one-on-one, face-to-face, which I think is very rare in New York. To have that as a student is really priceless. I decided to apply to become a FindSpark campus ambassador to help other students get these opportunities and to continue getting them for myself. This event for the movie The Intern was my first event volunteering with FindSpark as a campus ambassador, and it's been incredible. I met so many people, whether they were students, whether they were graduates, who were just interested in the companies that these panelists worked for. They were interested in how these panelists got to where they are today in their careers, and they were looking to use their stories to help flourish, on their own as far as their career paths. And the advice that these panelists gave today will definitely help everyone who was here to flourish on their own career paths.
Did you like the film?
I loved the film. I'm a big Anne Hathaway fan. And I love this type of movie. It's so motivational and encouraging. I thought it was particularly great for women, but not just females looking to have their own career path, but men being open to that, as well as men learning how to balance it in a family style, as well as, their own careers.
Did it seem like the audience liked it?
Definitely, yeah. I thought they were very responsive in a positive way.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Man, it's cold in here.
All right, cool. Do you want to just introduce yourself and say kind of what your experience has been with FindSpark?
Hey, my name is Abhi. Actually, FindSpark is a very great community event. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can we just
No worries.
do it?
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Abhi. Actually, FindSpark is one of the great initiatives I actually looked at on the internet so far. I haven't been to any of their events for over a year, but the first time I've been there was to Hustle Summit, and it proved to be very advantageous for me. And actually, through Hustle Summit, I have an interview lined up with one of the very cool companies.
So can you tell me about what they put on tonight?
Tonight, we were here to see the movie The Intern, and it was an amazing movie.
What did you think about it? You liked it?
Of course, I liked it, and it's actually very inspirational, especially for me because I want to be an entrepreneur later on in life, and to actually see an entrepreneur go through what Anne Hathaway, what she was going through in the movie, is something people take as an example on how to deal their lives when they actually make it to that stage.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
Well, the part where Robert De Niro takes his date to the funeral instead of actual date. It was really, really funny.
Who was the best character, you think? In the movie?
Well, undoubtedly Robert De Niro.
Okay.
So,
Cool. What are you looking forward to?
well, I was looking forward to the panelists, and panelists proved to be amazing. They're very inspirational. I got to speak to most of them, and most of them are actually willing to talk to me even outside of today. So that's a progress.
Did you get any advice, or what was the biggest takeaway?
The biggest takeaway for me is that take that small step into making whatever you want to make, but just take that small step just to see where you're standing right now.
Cool. You covered another one of these screenings?
Well, I would love to come to another one, yes. And I would certainly recommend it to my friends.
Cool.
Yeah. They're trying to get us out of here, though.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. One of my favorite quotes from tonight is from Carla Moore, and she said, "Purpose drives motivation and direction." finding something that you love, and then, have it motivate you, progress in your career because you find that, inner purpose. That was really great. I think, you need to hear that, early in your career.
How do you think FindSpark helps young professionals?
Just this creating this community, FindSpark, it's all about relationships and networking, and that side hustle. It's really inspiring. Starting out your career, not knowing where to go, just provides a lot of advice and support from many people. Doing these events, a couple times a month, really helps me as a young professional and continuing my career.
Would you do another screening like this? Tell your friends about it and go to another one?
Yeah, the screening was great. I mean, I love the movie, The Intern, coming out this weekend. It was something fun to do after work. Do a little networking, some entertainment. It was a great way to spend my evening.
Nice. Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Spada. I got involved with FindSpark when my mentor, who actually was a speaker tonight, Carla Moore, she actually told me about them with an email, a conversation that we were having. She just brought it up, so I did the research, and now this is my third event.
Did you have fun tonight, the screening?
Oh, I had a lot of fun. I loved the movie. The panelists was great. The panelists were great. I learned so much from them. I always learn a lot from Carla, but all of them were absolutely great and informational. It was good.
What did you like about the movie?
It was actually really funny. Robert De Niro was he was really good in it. I mean, I like him and everything, but he was really good in this one too.
So you come to another one of these events?
Of course, I'll come to another one.
Did you learn anything or get inspired by anything the speakers?
Did I learn anything? I learned a lot. And I guess the bravery thing for me with the speakers, they all kind of had that the central ground with bravery, and you have to ask for what you want and go for what you want, and be brave. Really, that's something that I'm working for, because it's not easy all the time to ask for things and to go up to somebody and introduce yourself, but you got to do it.
It's great. Involved with the
FindSpark. I actually was on it when it was like New York Creative Interns, NY Creative Interns, and I was like, started getting emails from FindSpark, and I'm like, what is FindSpark? Is this spam? So I finally go to the email, and I'm like, they've changed New York Creative Interns. It's FindSpark now. And I started looking. I'm like, well, is it still the same motive? Is it still the same thing? And I started looking. I'm like, I actually need a job. I just graduated in May. So I was like, I actually really need a job, even an internship at this point. I'll take whatever. Started looking, and I was like, this is still a great website. And so I started getting the emails, and I started looking at the emails and what they actually consisted of in the events. And I'm like, I'm RSVPing to that. I'll be there. Great. Perfect. And so that's kind of how it happened.
Okay. So what do you do? What do you work at?
So everybody in New York is a freelancer, including I. So I was a television production major, photography minor. So I freelanced. I do videography work and television production work. So I used to do freelance production for marketing, but I hate marketing. It's not my cup of tea. I want to do more so television production and film production. So I'm currently producing this interview series for this publication called Wax Poetics, and it'll be their first interview series because they have no video content on their digital website. So I'm excited about that, and that'll be coming soon.
Did you have fun with the screening tonight?
Absolutely. There was hors d'oeuvres. I haven't eaten all day. And I loved the movie. The film was great, and I didn't have to pay for it.
How has FindSpark inspired you in your
I don't think that there are enough places that creatives can go to find jobs. Like it's different when you're in business and you can just go to the website and you say, hey, this is what I want to do. You can't necessarily always go to the company's website and find the creative job that you're looking for. And so I think in that sense, FindSpark has kind of inspired me to be able to reach out to those companies or those people or those places and kind of figure out how to get that production assistant job or how to get that, because those aren't jobs that are usually listed. And so for that, I do appreciate FindSpark, and I think it's kind of inspired me to take note more so on those creative websites that do provide those type of jobs for you.
Did you meet anyone tonight that you network with, or?
I actually did meet, and I can't remember her name, so now I feel bad, but I do have it in my notes. But I met a young woman who actually works for USA. But she does the marketing aspect of things, but she kind of gave me some good advice on how to get in on the production side of USA, which is kind of what I'm looking to do, because I assumed that all the production happens in LA, because that's what everyone tells you. Like, that's where the studios are, that's where everything happens. But it's not always the case. You just kind of have to find the crew, that perfect crew for you, PA with that crew, or whatever you may be able to do. But that's also hard to do. But she kind of gave me a couple of, tips of advice for that department. So I think that helped.
That's great. Perfect.
I'm intrigued so much by Find Spark, and I just believe that with a community like Find Spark, you can create your dreams and have a strong backing and create some of the best friends who can end up being your business partners, but also just help motivate you to do your best.
What did you think of the screening?
So I was completely blown away with the intern. I thought that it was going to be a little bit of, a funny story, but it really had a lot of, some notions that I could pick up on, and learning that if you just do things out of initiative rather than being told to can really make the difference. And especially with the leadership program right after, I thought that being able to listen to some of these really powerful women and just getting tips on how to be the best that you can really changed how I view myself now and what I want to do.
How was Find Spark inspired you in your
So I'm an OG user. I've been using Find Spark since before they changed their name from New York City Creatives. But I think using Find Spark has really just changed how I do my business and how I want to see myself, and just listening to people who are already working professionally, it's just made me feel as though, if they were in the same position that I was, so I can do it even better than they can, or even have them be my mentors or have them be my friends so that I can do something else.
Would you recommend this kind of screening for somebody else?
I would definitely recommend them. I tried to get all of my friends to sign up, but hey, limited seating, you gotta go for yourself.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you so much. I didn't know if I was supposed to look at the camera.
No, that's fine. It's perfect.
It's perfect.